Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time it is for you. I'm Cyclone. This is Let's Play Train Simulator. We're going to go do the second scenario today. Holyhead to Cardiff. We're going in the other direction. Basically the same service we just did, but in the other direction. 1V91. You've been held at a red signal at Maindee North Junction for a high-speed train to pass, an HST. The path is now yours, so you can make your approach into Newport. Let's go ahead and see what this scenario has, shall we? Welcome aboard 1V91, operating in a Riva Trains Wales service to Cardiff from Holyhead. 1C01 from London Paddington bound for Swansea has just passed, and you can make an approach into Newport. Following an express train, we expect you'll have an easy run down to the capital. Set the train up and get going when ready. Which basically means now. So off we go. We are entering a 20-mile-per-hour speed limit, regardless of that 30 you see on the HUD. We are going into the 20. Now at this point, the double yellow at this spot clears us into the platform, but the signal at the end of the platform is presently red. This we now know because of the where we are at Maindee North Junction. So the signal protecting Cardiff departure is a single yellow signal at this time. And how do you like this? Ha ha! Nice! Beautiful. Beautiful. We're not going to try to increase speed too much. I just kind of juiced the speed up to 20 while I had the overage possibility there, but I'm not going to actually really go beyond 20 that much because there's no point. We have a limit again about a tenth of a mile away, so there we go. Now I am running this scenario once again in 64-bit. We're going to see what happens here. Hopefully the divide by zero error I had was limited to the first scenario. It is not a route issue at that exact spot. We'll find out as we get over there. So adjoining the platform, even though it looks like we're adjoining the platform now, this is not considered passenger platform in the game, so this area is not where we can stop. We have to stop further ahead. And now where that lady is, you can see we are now along the platform. Here's a train coming in. That is a, oh, there's a London Paddington to Swansea hanging out over there. We have a service Maindee to Holyhead coming in. And now we're going to go ahead and put the brakes on. Not that much. A little less than that. As I would just want to get in range of the red signal, and that's where I'm going to stop, towards the red signal. That way I know that we definitely have a go signal when the time comes to leave. So now I will hit the brakes. And we're going to go ahead and open doors. Arrival at Newport for our initial stop. Oops. Keep the brakes on. Passenger boarding is complete. Proceed when ready. I don't think there's a when ready element here. I think we actually have to wait for this red signal, unless I missed something. I believe this is a red signal. No, that is most definitively a red signal. It is a yellow signal. But there's another red signal on the tunnel, so you notice I didn't try to go too much up to speed there, and we got a warning anyway for it. Or is that our signal on the green now? I can't tell what's happening to us. No, we are getting the red. We are getting the red. The red is ours. And I'm going to have to stop because I came in a little quicker than I should have. Oh, yellow. Continue. Let's make sure some headlights are going here. There we go. So the speed limit is 30, but because I know I'm under a yellow, I'm not going to go all the way up to 30. I expect we're still going to have a red up ahead. This again is the Hillfield Tunnel that we're in right now. And we can go up to 50 now, but again, I still expect we could have a red up ahead, so I'm going to go ahead and just be a little cautious here. I'm not going beyond 25. In fact, I probably shouldn't even go that fast. And in fact, I see a red still at the end of the tunnel, so we're definitely not going to be able to go past that red yet. I'll zoom in on it right there. You can see it very plain as day. Oh, we have a yellow now. I think that's a yellow on our side. So the red was the other side. Why am I... Oh, I somehow put heavy brakes on. I did not want to do that. How did I do that? In any case, we can go ahead and get ourselves up to speed now, it looks like, because we have a double yellow. As long as those signals keep upgrading, we're alright. I nearly sped there into the new speed limit, but we're now coming to a 75. I'm going to do a little... I'm not going to go all the way to a level 4. I'm going to do a slightly more casual increase to make sure the signals keep clearing. We're green. I'm going to go up to level 4 throttle. We're going to juice it now because we're going to go into a 95. I think that HST we're following is the one that we observed leaving the platform ahead of us. I believe it's the same one. I may be mistaken on that, though. Hey! Yep, we're clear now. So I'm just going to basically watch with you now as the train continues along here. So last time out I told you a little bit about the Class 175. Let's go ahead and look at some more information about this Class 175. Let's talk a little bit more about this train. In the late 90s, an initial order of the Class 175 included a mix of 1, 2, and 3 car sets, with some of the 3 car sets capable of 125 miles per hour. The rest would be 100 like this one. The units with a higher top speed would be used to run services into London because of the higher limits there. But due to the agreement between Railtrack and Virgin Train, all high-speed services would be ran exclusively by Virgin, which is no longer made for this game, leaving the order of 125 mile per hour trains useless. The order was changed to 16 3-car and 11 2-car sets with a top speed of 100 miles per hour with a 125 mile capable unit, eventually built as the Class 180. That's the Adelante that is also simulated in this game. The first Class 175 entered service in June 2000, operated by First Northwestern. However, due to reliability issues with the bogies and brakes, older heritage units such as the Class 101 had to be ready at short notice in case a unit failed. So 101s may have been found here during a failure. These problems were eventually fixed, leaving the Class 175 with a much more acceptable reliability. And all 175s were released to Arriva Trains Wales despite being owned by First Northwestern. Now, there was an Arriva Ghost livery at one time, and we'll talk more about that if we actually see it. But in the meantime, after First Trans-Pennine Express received their 185s, the 175s became exclusively Arriva Trains Wales. As a result, the standard Arriva livery and the AW branding was applied to all trains, and the standard livery saw nameplates of the 175s removed. There were nameplates at one time on these trains. So there were 27 sets built, 450 HP vehicle power, top speed 100. They were built between 1999 and 2001. And as I was talking about that, I literally just hit the 95 miles per hour, so I'm going to go ahead and just watch my speed right now. Thankfully, I caught that. That was a near oops right there. We have a 75 coming up anyway. We know that because we're coming into Cardiff. More trains going by. That was our warning for the 75 mile per hour speed restriction. As you can see, I've started slowing down for that. I've eased off the brakes a bit so I can just do more of a coast into the 75 at this point. I'm going to be down easily in time though, so I've taken the brakes off actually entirely at this point. Brakes are entirely off now. I was down a little early. Our arrival time, as you can see, is 9:55. 9:55 even, by the way, not even a second on there. We're on a slight uphill, so I am maintaining or we're going into a slight uphill, so I went into a level 1 throttle setting to make sure I can maintain the 75 into the uphill. But we are going to have a 40 very soon, so it's not going to matter anyway. Another train going by. That's the Maindee to, I cannot say that, Lundudno. I'll learn how to say that when I do the services on North Wales Coastal, because that is, I believe, the Termini Junction on that route. The Termini branch from the Conwy Valley line. So we will get to that. And just to be clear, I do have the original North Wales Coastal because of a pack that included it, but I don't have the enhanced version yet, the new version that has the new stock in it. So we are going to be looking at some virgin stock in the original version of North Wales Coastal. That is in my plans, but I want to try to leave that a little bit closer when I actually get North Wales Coastal. That way I can keep them not too far apart. As for this series of scenarios, I'm not going to go into the Bristol to Swansea segment yet. I don't want to do that yet, but I will be at some point doing that. Right now I'm just introducing this part of the route because there are connections to Western Main Lines, and I want to explore Bristol initially there. We're going to then eventually introduce some steam, and I'm going to go to Bristol to Cardiff, or Bristol to Exeter, which includes a steam scenario, which is part of the reason I want to introduce steam. So we're getting a signal and a speed limit down to 40 at the same time. So we have a double yellow. I'm going to have to lower my speed fairly quickly here because we are going to be held up going into Newtown down main section here. So we have a red 3/4 of a mile away based on that previous signal. We are down to 40, so we're going to go ahead and see what's going on up here. That looks like a single yellow signal, so we are going to have to slow down, it looks like. I think it just upgraded to a double yellow. No, it is a single yellow. Still a single yellow signal. So we have a red signal 3.5 of a mile away, 3/500ths of a mile away. Now 3/10 of a mile away. So I'm going to go ahead and put some brakes on, just to be safe. I need to be able to stop on site. That signal is a repeater signal. It is telling me the signal is still red. You can see clearly ahead the signal is still red. I think it just turned yellow. remained a single yellow, so the signal 4/10 of a mile away is presently a red signal. I suspect it will clear as the HST ahead of us gets into Cardiff Central. And then the junction will change for us to take a different platform, I'm guessing. I should not be going up to 30 in the meantime. That's too fast under a caution. So let's go ahead and drop that down immediately. Peeking ahead, I have a yellow, so I can go ahead. I don't have to actually stop. We have a 20 coming up anyway, so I'm going to need to slow down anyway. And that is most definitely our yellow signal. So we're going to have a 20 and then a 15. Now we know the next signal is red, so I should not be speeding up. I should keep my speed down anyway. But 20 is before that signal anyway. You saw the Morphos board going by warning us of the 20 mile per hour coming up. So I'm going to drop to 20 anyway right now because as far as I'm concerned, I'm still under caution. I do see a red over there that could be for the other track, but it could also be my track. Nope, those are for the tracks on the left. Never mind. I have a red. I need to stop. There's a train that's coming through now. I'm maintaining some speed in case the signal changes for us. There it is. So since we have to wait for that red, we know we're not effectively late. That's the good news. I'm not going to go all the way to 20 because we do have to go down to a 15 here. As you can see, I'm just coasting the train down to that right now, and that is exactly where we are now. So I'm just playing with the throttle. We are on a slight uphill here, but I want to try to make sure we don't speed as well. So I'm just playing with it to see how much room I have, and I am gaining speed at a fairly effective rate. So that's actually not a good idea. So I'm going to pull up a little bit here because I have the room, but I do want to make sure I stop before the end of the platform. We have a red signal at the end of the platform. Wow. I almost sped. Don't even know how I did that, but I did. So we're going to go ahead and stop now. Increasing the brakes to ensure we come to a quicker stop. I'm going to ease it off for comfort of passengers. And as the train stops, we're going to take a look at it as we finish the scenario. Doors are open. Arrival at Cardiff Central. So there we are. Apparently the advertising is for lobsters here. I'd be lost without my lobster. But anyway, we are at Cardiff Central and we are finishing our second short run. The short hop from Newport to Cardiff is now complete, so we've now gone both ways. What are we going to do next time? We're going to see the whole route. Make sure you tune in for that. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. You can also support my work on Patreon if you wish to, and you can also join the Discord server, which is all in the description. Well done, driver. That was a great run. Before we proceed further, let's review your performance. Yeah, it's going to be 1,000 points probably, so let's just go ahead and take a look at that quickly. And there it is. So we're done 2 scenarios. Holyhead to Cardiff is done. That's 2 lovely gold stars on my menu. And we're going to proceed next time with the third scenario, which is a much, much longer run. I'm going to give you the title for that because I have my README on my iPad in front of me. The next run will be Cardiff to Cheltenham Spa. So we're going to be running as far as Bristol Parkway on that particular service. That will be a 40-minute run that we have. So pretty much the entire route. Not to Bristol Temple Meads, but to Bristol Parkway, it looks like. As for Bristol Temple Meads itself, we'll probably see that on a future run. The Bristol Temple Meads service is going to show up on scenario 6, which is Taunton to Cardiff. So we're going to see that at that point. That's the last 175 scenario we have. That's actually sandwiched between a couple of Class 70 scenarios. We also have an HST service from London Paddington to Swansea, which means we're going to be doing the Bristol Temple Meads to Cardiff on that run as well. But in the meantime, that's what we have today. Make sure you tune in next time. I'm Cyclone. Have a wonderful day, evening, or night, whatever your feet you're part of the world. I'm going to go ahead and clear my my cache here so I can run that third scenario properly next time, and I'll see you for that. Have a wonderful day, evening, or night. See you next time. Bye-bye.